Hey friends, this is DJ T and welcome back to the next episode of Speak On It. I had a fabulous Thanksgiving with my family. I hope you did too. This is the season of gratitude, and so I'm sure as we were gathering around our tables with our families, we were giving thanks for all of the things and the people who have played critical parts in our lives. And so for the next 3 minutes, I just want to talk about who those people are, really the power of people, the power of mentors. And so I've talked about this before, but I want to share with you three examples that really have shaped my life. And so I want you to be thinking about the same thing, because I'm going to ask you to speak on it and tag your mentor and talk about what it is that they did or said that changed your life. But I have a couple of caveats, right? One, exclude parents, because we know that they are our first mentors. And so it's kind of not fair. We know that you have amazing parents. And let me just apologize in advance. I'm not going to capture all of my mentors because I have had tons of them. But I want to share with you three stories that have had true impact in my life. The first is Miss Reena Brown. If anybody has heard me speak, you know I've shared I'm the first in my family to go to college, yada, yada, yada. But one person was Miss Reena Brown. She was the coordinator of a program that worked with first-generation low-income students. And there was something about her. She simply said, Dominique, you are talented, you are smart, and you are going to college. And I'm going to see to it that you do that. And she made good on her promise. I don't know what it was about her words, but they impacted me and they changed my life. And so part of why I do this video blog is because I believe so strongly in the power of words and the power of words to change the world. And so thank you, Miss Reena Brown, for sharing those words of wisdom and life to me. The second mentor that I wanted to share is Miss Petrie. You all have heard me talk about her, not only because she loves me and is a cheerleader and one of my biggest fans, but she was also one of my first bosses, right? I was a work-study student at Atlanta University. And if you've ever been a work-study student, you know it's a pretty simple process. You take your little piece of paper, you go to the office, they sign off, and you do more studying than work. Well, just my luck, that was not the case. I entered Miss Petrie's office, the Office of Student Affairs, and she asked me, she said, young lady, where is your resume and your cover letter? And I just looked at her like, what? Just sign the piece of paper, lady. That's how this works. And she's like, no, where's your resume and cover letter? So she made me sit there and use the typewriter and create my resume and cover letter. And I was mad. I really was. I wanted to leave and go to another office, but it was the last day that I could sign up for work study. And so this was all that I had if I wanted to capture that. So I say that story mostly because it's so easy to take the path of least resistance. But I'm so glad I stayed there. I'm so glad that I became a student there. She became my mentor. It was that office. It was Miss Petrie, Dean Bynum, Mr. Macklin, all of those people in that office who really made it possible for me to actually stay at Atlanta. But in the process, I learned what it meant to be excellent and to have a bar that is higher than just a mediocre one, just checking the box and doing as little as possible. Miss Petrie taught me, not just in that example, but for the next few years, what it meant to be excellent. And so if you don't have yourself a Miss Petrie, get you one. So thank you, Miss Petrie, for who you have been and who you continue to be in my life. And the last person that I'll mention, I don't even remember her name. I just remember her words. She was a communications teacher in college. And she told me, she said these words. She said, Dominique, you can tell somebody to go to hell and they look forward to the trip if you say it right. And that just changed my world, the fact that she said that, because I was a little bit of a hothead and I would just say whatever came to mind, and it just, as you can imagine, it's not effective. And so those words helped me to communicate in a way that allowed me to get what I needed to get to the next step. And so thank you, communications professor from Atlanta University. I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes to say thank you to those people. I want you to think about who those people have been in your lives and tag them. One thing is so interesting is mentors don't even know the impact that they have had in your life, and it just touches them so when you let them know that that is the case. And so I challenge you to write it below. Who is your mentor? Tag them and share an experience and any words of wisdom that had an impact on you. So enjoy the rest of your weekend with your family, and I will see you all next Sunday at 6.